Alright guys, it's another day of working on the K24 for the Del Sol. This is the package I have been waiting on a little bit, and I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done this before, but I'm hoping that it turns out alright. We are going to be putting this Type S oil pump from a Honda K20 A2 engine in the K24, and yeah, so there's the pump itself. This one is already cut to fit a 24, I believe. Yeah, you can see there. Usually they have this line right here that will be much further down, and it's cut, as you can see, this whole way. I'll show you once we open up the engine, but that is cut already to fit a 24. So there's the pump. We have the windage tray in here, and we have our bolts and our oil chain, the oil pump chain, sorry, and the bolts, I believe. Sorry, I said bolts already. But yeah, we're gonna unzip this oil pan real quick, and we will start getting the 24 pump off. Got the timing cover off now, so this thing's a little dirty. We might have to clean it up a bit, but yeah. And basically what you're working with here when you're taking off the stock oil pump is two 14 millimeters, and I believe there's two 12 millimeters. Yeah. And that should take it off now that we have the tensioners off there. So let's go ahead and pop this oil pump off. If it comes off, that is. Pretty snug on there. There it goes. Give it a few whacks with your hand, or whatever you prefer. Just don't break it. Proceeds to break it. Okay, well, we didn't yet, but that's one thing I'm always worried about sometimes when working on an engine is the chances of snapping bolts or stuff like that, but do what you gotta do, you know. So then we got these 12 mils. These are pretty tight too. Get them loosened up and then I'll take them off. Hopefully this Type S oil pump will just go on here. I did get a cut version like I showed y'all earlier, so hopefully that turns out good. I'm not sure if it's just gonna fall off or what's the deal here, so these threads are somewhat deep, so it's taking a while to turn these things out. I should have just grabbed the impact to zip them out, but I didn't think that far. And it does appear that one's longer than the other one, so I think the longer one goes up top here. And then we got these two over here. And then we should be able to, sorry about the mess, the big mess in here. Then we should be able to lift this pump right off. Hopefully. I guess we'll see if these are the same length bolts or not too. I'm interested to see if you can rev higher with just the pump. We are planning to do other modifications to this engine to make it more powerful, but I'm interested to see if it'll rev higher with that Type S oil pump that people say you can rev higher with. So hopefully. Alright, the bolts are out. We should lift off, unless I'm forgetting something. It might take a little bit of force. I'm not sure. But it appears to be stuck as of now. So I might grab myself a screwdriver and try to carefully pry against the block to get it off. Find a screwdriver in here. Most flat screwdrivers will work. Okay, I have one right here. Alright. So let's see if we can get this thing loose or not. Okay, it lifted off there. Just needs to lift off here. Alright. It is loose. Alright guys, so what you're going to want to do, this is my first time too, so don't criticize me or anything. But think you take it off like this, an angle, and you should be able to get some slack to take your chain off. Right there, we got it. There's the K24 oil pump. This is a great unit. I'm sure it's in great shape. It looks to be great, but if the Type S one works, it's just that I'd like to do that upgrade. And this pump's pretty heavy, to be honest. So gonna find somewhere to put it. Hopefully. I'm gonna leave it in here for now. Alright, so next what you're going to want to do is, you see how there is these, it's kind of like a part windage tray. I'll show you with the K20, the Type S style windage tray is a full windage tray, but this one, since the pump sits up against the block more, there is like it's like a part windage tray. So what you're going to want to do is take these bolts out here. They look like they're 10 mils. You want to take these two out, and there's 4 more here. And that's all we should have to do then, and then we can start putting the Type S K20 windage tray on. Hopefully. Yeah, I know, it take a while to get anything done, but Alright guys, as you can see, this hole has to be plugged when you're doing a Type S oil pump conversion. So this is actually a 5/16 bolt that I found at Ace, and you're gonna want to get some Honda Bond, put it around the bolt, and tighten it down, and that should seal it. Because if you don't do that, people say, and I think, that you will lose your oil pressure. I've never done this before, but that's what everybody says, so that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, as you can see, the bolt is nice and snug in there. Got Honda Bond on it, and once it dries, should be ready to go. Alright, so next step is going to be putting on the windage tray for the engine here. Now I believe there's going to be 6 10mm bolts, and you're going to have your windage tray from the Acura RSX Type S, and make sure that everything lines up, which I think it does, and then you can begin to thread in your bolts. Or not. We're just going to tighten it a little bit at a time. Oops, already went. It's not much, guys. Doesn't take much. But just get them nice and snug first. Then you can go around and tighten them. Alright, so we're just going to give it a couple gentle taps. Alright, and I believe it is on. We're going to need to have to tighten it down, but let me show you all what it looks like here. So yeah, as you can see, hold on a minute. As you can see here, if you did not get the cut version, it will hit there, all there, because because this is just not made for this engine. But by modifying it, by cutting it, like I showed, you can make it work with this engine. And this is a better pump than the stock unit because it reduces weight, pumps more oil, and allows you to rev further, I believe. So next thing we need to do is get this thing tightened down. Actually, there's going to be a bolt that goes in there, and one here, and one there. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing next. Type S pump installed on the K24A. Got the guide, got the tensioner. All that's left to do is the timing. So I guess that's going to do it for this video, guys. We got the Type S pump installed, which is good. And we need to get it timed. And hopefully soon we'll be dropping it in the car. So we'll catch y'all later.